When the Kennedy funeral procession passes the Lincoln Memorial, it will also be passing Resurrection City, where the Poor People's Campaign is really centered. The people who live here thought of Senator Robert Kennedy as someone who believed in their cause. Later today, Senator Kennedy's funeral procession will pass in front of Resurrection City. What will you think about then?
I think that would be one of the great leaders that would for the rights of the Negro.
Are you sorry that he was shot?
Yes, I am.
Why do you think he was assassinated?
Because he was for the rights of the colored people and for all poor people. And some don't want him. They want him to go be the president because you know you're going to help the Negro and the poor people.
Thank you very much. May I talk to you? Do you plan to be down here this afternoon and watch the funeral procession?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because, well, I believe Robert Kennedy was, fighting for the, the Negroes and black people of America.
Why did you believe this? Here was a man who was a white man, a wealthy man. Why do you think he was fighting for your rights?
Well, I think he fighting for our rights because, for one reason, his brother was on our side, and I just thought he took up the pace where his brother left off. That's the way I feel about it.
Thank you very much. Can I talk to you, sir? I will, Mr. Johnson. Do you plan to watch the funeral procession when it passes here?
Yeah.
What will you be thinking?
What was thinking?
Yeah, what will you be thinking when that hearse goes by?
When this go by, I just be sorry, that's all. I just be sorry.
Why, because someone has been killed, or why?
No, and not that. Just cause he's a good man. Just cause he's for he's for everybody.
Well, do you think that Senator Kennedy, had he lived, had he been elected president, would have been able to do anything about the reason why you and your colleagues are here? Would he have been able to do anything for the poor people?
I think so, yeah.
Thank you very much. Right. Can I talk to you? Will you be watching the Kennedy funeral procession?
Providing on anything else come up in a camp that I would have to deal with the problem, yeah, I'll be out there. You see, I got a group here called Invaders. I'm Sweet Willie. And if anything come up in the compound here that I have to deal with it, well, I'm going to have to let that go by because that man is dead. We got a lot of live people here to be more concerned with. Of course, now I dig the man, Mr. Kennedy, I dig him very much. I dig his brother. But, if anything come up in here, it'd be more important than what would be going on out there because that man is dead,
What are you saying, that when a man is dead, then life has to go on?
It's been proven. Don't nothing stop you because one man died. Another man just take up the place and keep on going, So that's not, sure, I like to give a little glory to dead people, like Dr. King, But just because he died, it didn't stop nothing. It only made me become more militant since he died, And I brought my militant group here. But we have become nonviolent to a certain extent. But don't mean just because he's dead that, it's going to stop progress. Or it's going to stop me from being thinking as I think. Because each time these people die, these leaders that's going to help the poor people die, it only makes me that much more mad and make me go out and recruit more people for my purpose, you see.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Are you going to watch this funeral procession as it goes by?
Yes, I am.
What do you think you'll be thinking of?
A man that we had lost a good soldier, a good man, just like Dr. Martin Luther King.
Do you think that he and Dr. King wanted the same things?
Yes, I do.
And now that they're both gone, what do you think will happen?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, there are other men who will continue to fight for your cause,
yes,
aren't there?
Yes. Dr. Ralph David Abernathy.
Did you ever see Robert Kennedy?
Yes, I have.
Did you admire him?
Yes.
Why?
Because he was a man for everybody. Negroes, white, black, gold, blue. He for everybody, and he was the man that stood up for everybody.
Thank you very much. Johnson, Herb Johnson.
Herb
Johnson.
Talk on the thing.
Come on over here.
Talk on the thing, man.
Information on that I got from Jack Castle.
Talk on the thing, man. Certainly, I knew that, man.
Hold it a moment.
I had faith in the FBI.
Did you have faith in the FBI?
Certainly I did. I have faith in our government.
So you think that you feel better now that they've captured the suspect?
Show we feel about
Well,
it. Show.
look, I'm gonna
Quite
tell you
show.
like this. They have to get the man if he did something wrong. You know what he did. Everybody know what he did. The FBI know what he did. And the FBI not wrong.
Sweet Willie, may I speak to you a moment? We just heard that they captured the suspect that had been sought in the assassination of Dr. King. How do you feel about that?
That's their thing. They said that they got the man that did it. So what they'll do, just like you got through demonstrating with that brother there, he's having to feel out because they got a person that said they did it. I don't believe they got him because I live in Memphis. And if it was really on the case, they'd have caught the man before he even left Memphis, see? Because I seen one of my black brothers kick a door down, and the very next night he got shot before he can get around the corner. So they just got somebody that's going to be a guinea pig, you know. And I doubt the man ever come to trial. They probably kill him somewhere like they did Reuben. You know, I know a conspiracy going on. I know who's doing it. You know, so that's bull. I don't even worry about that. You know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, cut. Do you have any more? The FBI says it has captured a man that it suspects of shooting Dr. Martin Luther King. How do you feel about that?
Oh, we want the man caught. So every time you pick up a paper, they say driven survey. We were mind to have that man caught. So that's funny. So it's been so long in time to get that man caught.
Thank you very much. I speak to you now. Would you mind taking off your glasses so we can... But do what you wish. The FBI says it's caught a man it suspects of shooting Dr. Martin Luther King. How do you feel about that?
It really doesn't matter whether they caught him or not. The society has to be changed.
Well, lots of people were saying that the FBI really didn't care to apprehend the killer of Dr. King. You've heard that, I know. Now, doesn't this seem to put that fear to rest?
We really don't care about the man. It's not the man, it's what produced the man. You know, he didn't do this on his own. He did it because of everything that emanated him. He came from this society, and he did it because of the society, just like the same man that killed Senator Kennedy.
Thank you very much.
You interviewed somebody.
I did. The Justice Department says it's apprehended a suspect in the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Are you happy about that?
Well, basically, it doesn't really make a difference. The society is rotten, society is evil, and I'm quite sure the Justice Department had as much to do with killing Dr. Martin Luther King as the rest of the racist society. So I really don't feel it makes that great a difference, simply because the atmosphere they perpetuated throughout this entire society and the treatment that our entire government gave Martin Luther King perpetuated his death just as much as the man that pulled the trigger.
So if we had not apprehended the suspect, and by we, I mean the federal government, then it wouldn't have mattered to you. You would not have said that they were lax. You would not have said that they didn't care.
Well, I realize they don't care. In catching the killer of Dr. Martin Luther King, they simply gave us another concession, another token of their slight bit of goodwill towards us. Not only should they catch the killer of Dr. Martin Luther King and the killers of Malcolm X and the killers of Bobby Kennedy and the killers of John Kennedy, what they should do is restructure the society and get rid of these various gun laws that kill us all off, so we don't have to worry about assassinations each time someone has a legitimate gripe against the government. That's what we have to worry about.
Thank you very much. How about you, sir? Will you talk to me? This Poor People's Campaign is here because Dr. Martin Luther King had the idea. He was assassinated, and now the FBI and the Justice Department say they've captured the suspect, Earl Ray. How do you feel about that?
Well, they've been on the case, a long time. Well, one thing I can say, they just caught somebody.
Are you glad they caught someone?
It don't matter to me, because we have caught the system. Do you understand that?
I do, but don't you want to see the murderer of Dr. King punished, if indeed this man proves to be the murderer?
No. Because King created this. So right now, capturing a guy right now, it don't matter, not too much. Because first of all, who says that's the guy? Second of all, I don't care about, revenge. I know that's Western civilization, revenge. So I don't care about revenge. But I tell you what I do care about. Maybe you should get education from that boy who claimed he shot Martin.
Thank you very much. Okay, Ship. Granted, we only have a suspect. We do not have a conviction. But doesn't this seem to dispel that belief that there wasn't any action being taken?
I've never been concerned whether the FBI was moving or not. Our major concern is the system, and America must understand this. They killed Kennedy. They killed Malcolm X. They killed Senator Kennedy. They killed Medgar Evers. We are worried about a sick, evil, unjust society that is saturated with hate, that produces the violence that's destroying America. This is what we're concerned about, the system that killed Dr. King. We're happy that the man is caught, if that's the
suspect in the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King has been apprehended in London. However, want to see justice done here, do you not? I mean, you do want him convicted if the evidence supports such a conviction.
I would want to see justice prevail, but not only with the individual, but with the system that produced that individual.
How do you feel about punishment for a person convicted of the murder of Dr. King? Do you think the punishment should be severe? Do you think there is a forgiveness here that could be applied?
I think the punishment of all citizens should be equal for crimes of the same gravity, taking in consideration that the system is the thing that produced the man.
Now, on another subject, do you plan to have a contingent enter the funeral cortege as it passes Resurrection City this afternoon?
There will be 25 representatives of the Poor People's Campaign that will take fully part.
How will they take part?
Well, they will be picked up here at a bus about 3:30 and will be taken to the terminal station, and they will go back to the gravesite.
Are they included in the plans? Do the people who have organized the cortege understand that that's the way it will be?
Yes, they do. They certainly understand it, and they requested it. Our other folk will be over in front of the Lincoln Memorial, and as the cortege pass by, they will stop momentarily.
Thank you very much. The Reverend Ralph David Abernathy has already said that as far as he's concerned, there will be no effort made for the poor people to join the funeral procession and to go on to the cemetery with it. But there is talk here today that some contingent will make that effort. This is Sam Donaldson in Resurrection City.